Hey, what up YouTube? Welcome to your 30th tutorial, and we're almost nearing the end on this one. And the last thing one of the last thing I wanna teach you before I finally get into menus and GUIs as promised, is making your game efficient. Right? So now you notice, if first of all I want to teach you a feature of Unity. If you go here and click Stats and play, it shows you how many frames per second. It shows you how your computer is performing on this, right? So just know that. And what I really want to do with stats today and the next tutorial, because it's very important to know whether your game is efficient or not, because you want everybody to be able to play it, not just people with supercomputers. So if you put a lot of AIs and you play it, you'll notice the stats, the frame rate on the stats drops drastically because there's an update running. There are 3 updates running for each AI, and that is like an immense amount of work on your computer, because remember, he has to do 3 large pieces of code each frame, which is crazy. So the frame rate drops drastically. So what we want to do is reverse those. What am I trying to say? Want to make less updates. That's what I was trying to say. Want to make a lot less updates, but we can't really get rid of them. So I'll show you a smart solution to lower your frame rate. So first, I want to get into spawning, because it's really a pain to place each enemy in its spot, and it's always wandering around. So first, we will make a generator which generates enemies. So make a new script, create JavaScript, call it generator. Right, and let's open it. Right, great. Great, all we need is the update function. Alright, now what this needs to do is actually take a transform, take a number, and take a certain distance which the player has to go near it. And then once the player is near the generator, it will start generating the exact amount of enemies that you told it, and then stop forever. Or you can make it not stop forever, but I'm gonna program it to stop forever. You can make it not. So first of all, we'll need the prefab. So var AI prefab. There's a lot of things to show today, so I'm just gonna stroll through this. Just copy what I do. If you understand, great. If you don't, I'll explain it at the end. So var AI prefab equals transform, and I misspelled it. Transform. Great. Then var amount equals integer. You can't have 0.1 amounts of something. So actually, why 0.0? It's an integer. Let's make it 5. And then we also wanna, playing with my spaces here. All right. So we also want start dist. That's a float because it's distance, so it can be float to be more dynamic. Let's just set that to 50.0 for now. And then another variable, delay. Oops. Oh god, I hate when this happens to my text editor. Alright. When the cursor just gets all weird at me. Probably accidentally pressed something. Alright. So var delay. And that's the delay between each time it spawns. And we just set that to a second, because we don't want it to just spew out 5 enemies, which will end up, stuck in each other with the colliders. So we want to make a small delay. And so here, first of all, we want to calculate the distance. Well, first of all, I want to get the player, so we can calculate the distance. So var player equals game object dot find with tag player. Right. Then var dist, kind of going really fast because there's a ton of things to show you. Vector3 dot distance player dot transform dot position. Make sure it's a transform. Either put the dot transform here or here, doesn't matter. And transform dot position. Alright, now we want to check if distance is less than start dist So I'm kind of hoping it auto complete me. Then we want to check if amount is bigger than 0, and you'll see why. Bigger than or equal to 0. Oh, just bigger than. And time is bigger than timer. And we'll make that timer variable right now. Just want to make it a private var timer. Make sure it's a float, or your timer will not work. Whoa, that was a tongue twister. Alright, so if the amount is bigger than 0 and it's the correct time, then first reset the timer. Notice how I put everything in variables so you can tweak it to your own liking, because this is your game. Remember, don't make it an exact clone of mine. Well, you can, but you should, just do whatever the hell you want. Alright, so I was really hoping it would complete me. So instantiate AI prefab, and at the spawn's position and at its regular rotation, at the prefab's regular rotation. So I turn that data D, so we don't want to rotate it like on the side or something. So after we got that, we want to put in the variable. So let's make one last private variable. Private go for game object. Oh, yeah, I know it's go for game object, but we'll make it a transform, so it will be easier to program. And don't forget the var. Alright, so now set go. We don't want to make a new variable each time, so I'm just making this go here instead of here. So go equals this, right? So it will equal the prefab we just instantiated. Then we want to do go.parent, go.transform. Actually, it's already a transform, so we should have parent equals this. This means the game object the script is attached to. Dot transform. You could just write transform, but I like to write this dot transform. What will it do? What this line will do? It means that whenever it instantiates something, for say, let's create our game object right now. AI spawn. Let's position it like a bit above ground, right here. Okay. So once you've positioned it good and nicely, don't touch the script yet. What I'm trying to tell you is, what it will do is it will automatically place the instantiated enemy as a child of this spawn, so you can actually control which enemy belongs to which spawn, so therefore which enemy belongs to which spot, if you'll need to do that. That's just a handy thing to do. Or if you want to delete all the enemies before the player gets them, that's also handy. So also you want to set go dot and we'll first have to make a couple variables on the script. So I'm gonna go with AI random as my main AI for the game, but you can go with AI waypoint either way. Right, so what we want to do here, excuse me for having this, variables, you don't know what these are yet. Right. I'll redo them in a second, so it's kind of stupid to erase them. What we want to do is we want to tell the AI to not go too far from the position it instantiated, otherwise it will just wander all over a level. So give it another variable, var patrol area, make it of type float, and I put it by default to 30, or you know what, let's put it 10 or 13 just so we see that it works. Hell, 13.5. Alright. And then we want a public variable, which is the spawn, so we can know what according to what, where we started, so we can calculate the distance from where we started and where we are, so we can not walk too far from where we started. After that small explanation, set that to transform, and that's all it takes. And then we want to calculate the distance from the spawn, so if sdist, because we already got a distance variable, I think. Yeah, we already have it here, so it's not a very good idea. So just call it sdist equals vector3 dot distance, transform dot position, and then the spawn dot position. Alright, and then here we want to put if sdist is bigger than. So if we're over the patrol area, then and else we want to make this if it's not. So if you're not over the patrol area, do your regular shit. And if it is, then transform dot look at and spawn. Great. Now I don't really like the transform dot look at function because it rotates your target on all axes, and that looks kind of unrealistic. So if your spawn will be way up here, then your AI, it will rotate like that towards the spawn, and then go toward that unrealistic. So I don't like dot look at. If you can find a substitute for that, that would be great. I found one, but it isn't so good. It doesn't work all the time, so I'm just going to use dot look at for now. So look at the spawn and set velocity. Velocity equal to speed. So we know also go to the spawn. Don't just stare at it. And that's it. Oh, and here we also wanted to tell it to do its regular shit only if we're not attacking. So I forgot to put that in previous tutorials. I don't know why. So if get component AI gun, we called it, I think, dot is atk equals false. So that's it for the AI random script. Now the generator, what I was gonna type here was dot go dot send message. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to do this one last part. Yeah, you have to make a function because it's a message, or you can just do dot get component, but I prefer to do it with a message. So function set spawn sb transform. Right, and then simply set the spawn equals to sp. Alright, now this is really it for the that script. So send message set spawn and set it to this dot transform, means the transform we're currently on, which is the spawn. So that, and then last but not least, do amount minus minus, so it will eventually stop emitting once the amount is done. Right, so that is good for our generator script. Hold on one second. Alright, so yeah, you can test it out now. Just position your spawn. Alrighty, position your spawn good. Put this generator script and oh, I forgot the N in instantiate, so let's reopen the script, of course. There we go, instantiate. Always hate that function. Right, so let's see that error go away. There we go. Now we should have. And then just put your, I don't recommend putting the turret in there because it won't fall down. Just duplicate the turret over and over on itself, so that's not a good idea. Put AI mobile, and then you can watch it generate. There we go, they're falling out of the heavens. Might want to make that a bit lower so it doesn't look like that. But watch this, they will no longer wander aimlessly all over the map. Right? So yeah, they're contained in their little distance box. They will not go over here, not go over here. They're alright. So Yeah, so one last thing. I know this is already 13 minutes, but one last thing I want to do is modify our AI gun script and make it, it's unrealistic. If you notice that when we shoot at the AI, it just keeps going like there's nothing. It only shoots us if it sees us. So what I want to do here is really just tell it that we shot it. Tell the gun script that we shot it. So you can just copy this, hit transform dot send message got hit. So just tell it it got hit. That's all. And then go to the AI gun, and of course private var is hit. You guessed it, equals false. Then make a function got hit and is hit equals true. Then all I want to do is toggle the check for the is hit and then toggle it off. And the reason we want to set it to false, look what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to explain. So equals true, and then is hit equals false. And the reason I'm setting it false here is so that it won't keep is attacking always true, because it's always getting in this loop. So I only want to get in this if once. So then I set is hit to false again. And that's why I didn't simply set is attacking. I did this whole little system. So yeah, you can test that. I'm not gonna take any more of your time. That's it for now. See you next tutorial. Bye bye.